Well, good morning, good morning. How are we doing today? All right, guess what we're going to do? Basically, corporate protection. Well, the reality is they talk about it all the time out there. Let's get a Wyoming LLC. Sorry, you're trying to hide things. Okay? Share the life, share the life. I don't believe in hiding something because the IRS doesn't like it. They indict people all the time, all right, because they hide something. Let's do it in front of them. Let's do what we're allowed to do. But again, all right, you got the internet saying you need 5 LLCs. Good for you. You need your trust owned by sell it to the LLC. Wow, you're going to sell your trust to the LLC, and the IRS is going to know what's the compensation. How much did you make? How is it connected? See, the bottom line at the end of the day, you need your entity, which could be LLC, LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, PC. Okay, I'll give you that. But then you need 18 divisions. Because if they sue the LLC or the corporation, they sue you. See, if you like being a duck and a sheep and pretend it's not going to happen, go ahead. All I know is you're the voice for the LLC and the corporation. You're the voice. You're the voice. Why? When you file an entity, all right, as the Supreme Court says, a legal person, LLC, there's 9 types. What kind do you have? LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, PC. It's on the Secretary of State's website. It's right there. So when they sue that, they sue you. You're the only voice that has. See, someone has to go to court. Someone has to be in the deposition. That's what you look at. So good morning, Mario. Thinks what it said, okay? Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Leonard. Fantastic. Let's play. Now, let me ask you a question. All right, as some of you go in and out of the internet all the time. I have 30,000 followers in 12 weeks. Is that good so far? This is my 12th week on TikTok and social media. See, I'm used to just writing checks for radio and TV for millions and millions of dollars. That's what I've done for 50 years. But the reality today is I wanted to go on TikTok 12 weeks ago and try it out and see what I'd like. I like 90% of it. The rest I don't like. I don't like people lying to people. You see, the problem I have is when I hear you need 5 LLCs, that makes no sense. Especially in California. You have a franchise tax fee. $800 to $1,000 per corporation. That's why I developed division process in 85, 86. I don't want to pay that for every corporation. It's structure. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Say hi, hi, hi. How you doing? How y'all doing? Just tap the screen. Let's tap the screen. Let's see if we can get some hearts. I gave my hearts yesterday. Oh, well. Well, guess what? Give me hearts and share the live. Just have some fun. See, I believe in you. I believe every one of you can get to the $1 million dream because I did it, so can you. I believe you can actually get to billionaire because I did it too. But I'm not a billionaire. My corporations did billions and billions. So there's a difference. See, when I studied John D. Rockefeller as a kid, in 1934, he had irrevocable trust. See, the Rockefellers are still the richest, some of the richest families in the world to this day. They do not basically have probate like most of you. You allowed yourself, literally, to set up your family for probate and your family before that too. And that's the problem. Why don't we play the game and win? Let's win the game of business. Let's fill the structure today. Structure. Structure builds finance and dream. Structure builds finance and dream. So what do? It's like anything else today as we connect dots. Today at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to go live again. And I'm going to be in the next building over and through a class and writing what's called a blueprint. Corporate protection. Well, the reality is you're going to talk about LLC, Wyoming, the equity corp. Well, let's go get 5 of those. Well, the reality is you can't open a bank in Wyoming unless you have a real address. The bank catches you, they close it down. You don't need asset protection yet because you don't have the assets to protect. But if we're going to pick any state for that purpose, it's always going to be Nevada. It's very simple. They have the same rules as Wyoming, but what's in Wyoming compared to Nevada? And the reality is you can get a bank account in Nevada with an LLC or LLP or C Corp, S Corp. But if we're going to protect assets, what are we going to have first? See, the reality is we got to get to the point of where we want to go. Share the life, share the life. What does this mean? Every one of you this year should be closing at least 1 to 5 escrows. 1 to 5 escrows. What does that mean? I've lined people up since 1987, all right, to do auto income. This is something you should want if you want one of these. Take a picture. We'll send you one if you DM me. It's very simple. DM, give me information. This is a mouse pad. This shows up to $100,000 a month. Peekaboo. Up to $100,000 a month auto income. See, I don't understand you because you don't own the pieces you should. Let's pretend, all right, do you want to get to millionaire? Well, that's a corporation or an entity or an LLC. But then if we got money to the corporation or an LLC, and if they sue that, they sue you. That would be two. So what do? So if the corporation's in jeopardy as much as we are, the reason they had the SS4 in the first place for the corporation is because they receive money. The SS4 doesn't repay tax until it's profitable. So Patrick, let's pay attention, have some fun. Thank you. Share the life, share the life. So Patrick will understand. Patrick today has an LLC. Okay? The reality is, what state is it in? What kind does he have? Now, Patrick has a wife, kids, and dogs, and a cat and a fish. Okay. I'm just pretending, but I don't know about Patrick a little bit, but I think I can feel it. So what happens? Patrick wants the American dream, but he's stuck in that job he hates. What do? You start the foundation. Foundation. Good morning, Ray. Good morning, Mario. It's good morning. Foundation. If I have an LLC, LLP, C Corp, S Corp, PC, whatever I have, what happens? I now have the bank account, and I'm allowed to build credit to it. But then we have to look at ourselves. If I have the corporation, okay, he has a dog named Steve. Okay, well, I don't know. See, I guess I'm right, huh? So let's understand. The goal is to protect the family at all costs. That's what a man's job is, protect wife, husband, kids, the pieces, protect everybody. So what do? The bank account. Well, first of all, what we have to do is analyze Patrick's credit. Patrick doesn't have perfect credit yet. There's no such thing as perfect, but the reality is very simple. Let's get to 750 score. If Patrick was in a rapid rescore today, okay? And if you look at rapid score 49 years ago, you'll see D.R. Reynolds, Pastor Reynolds, hey you, all right, basically me, I started rapid rescore. I created rapid rescore with Ken Yarbrough and Harold Stokes. So Harold Stokes and Ken Yarbrough and I came up with rapid rescore because people were stuck in escrow. Solution for problems, stuck in escrow, kind of sucks. So what do we get to do? We get to play the game to win when the bottom line is that we want to do things as well. 24 newly condos in Arizona. Can we refinance? What do you think? Well, I'm not going to go into that topic yet because I want to finish what I'm talking about. Again, that would be under division process. See, the problem is in that 24 newly condos built in Arizona, all right, you can't get refinanced. So the difference is there's a different way to go get the money, but that's up to you as well. So back to Patrick. We're talking about him right now. The bank account, rapid rescore. We build credit to his credit himself and get to 750. He has to become a CFO. Every one of you today have to become a chief financial officer, a CFO, for your family, for your life, and for the corporation or pieces you have. So if you have LLC or Corp, that's up to you. But again, what happens is very simple. If we turn around, all right, and we build that structure, the first thing we want to do on the corporation is build credit. So what happens is the SS4. I'll take my credit histories in 62 million and I will build him 350,000 in credit. This 350, I'm going to pick on Chase as my primary bank. They give personal and business credit cards up to 22 months with zero interest. It's free money. It's free money. So I'm going to build 350,000 for Patrick. I'm going to turn around and teach him the rules and tools that every American Express card can get 99 more cards. Not the damn points. I don't care about the points. I care about the paid over time limit is $100,000. If I get one per division, I multiply credit. See, you're in control of the division process. So if this is a corporation or LLC, good morning, and I have American Express Gold or Platinum, it's paid over time limit $100,000, and the reality is it's up to limit to up to $1 million. I don't care about the points. All these silly circus kids are going, look at the points, I can travel, blah, 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 blah. It's simple. This gives you 10,000 points, $60 every time you do that. It pays for itself. So what? You get the lounge in the airport, you fly first class. This can get you what's called a blueprint loan. All right, well, they don't teach any of this because they don't know what they're really doing. They're amateurs. So if I take that LLC C Corp whatever corporate I have, and I get these cards, my next thing is to get one for every division. Every division should have a card. American Express is trying to give you 99 more cards, 99. Well, let's take the 99. What does that mean? Every division, write it down, every division has its own credit file. That's Experian, Tribune, Equifax under tax ID. I wrote and set up the first dashboard in '87. I'm the one that trained Yarborough. He was security chief at Tier W in Experian, and I got to train him and set up the oldest card. The oldest card is very simple. And then the 29% rule. See, you have credit going up, down like a yo-yo, 90% of you. They say that 90% of you are screwing this up every day because you're jacking up the round damn card. You didn't put a sticky behind your card. When I set up the history is the oldest card, that was my suggestion as a consultant. And what did I say? 29% rule. I didn't want 30 and above. I want 29%. See, if you take a card like this at 29%, you're in the green. 30 is yellow, 50 is red. If you keep the discipline down, and what happens is very simple, these are the cards you would screw up or jack up when you have a bad day. Bad day, bad week, bad year. If you had 100,000 of credit, by the way, they give you 71,000 of safety the rest of your life. So if we build credit per division, the first thing I'd tell you to do is let's line up an escrow. Let's see what that means. Okay? Here's a client. He got into one of my coaching programs. He paid $4,000. Okay? Simple. I got him 50,000 of credit. I billed him 50,000 for his corp and showed him how to daisy chain per division and turn it into $1 million. He wants me to do that for him as well. Okay, no problem. He reached to 25,000 in the escrow. This is an escrow. This is closed the other day. 25,000. Now the payment on that 25,000 is $300 a month. $300 a month. He put the 25,000 in an escrow. He closed escrow. His percentage and what he gets, understand this, that division now gets $34.20 a month. You're not rich. I don't ever want you to say you're rich, you're rich, and rich. Even though I might control millions and billions, I'm not rich. I've never been rich in my life. Why would I say I'm rich? That's called dumb. Only dumb people say rich. He says, I just want to be a puppet master. So he gets $34.20 the rest of his life. Got it so far? Now, one of the clients the other day, because he listened to his friends and family, he screwed that up as well. What does that mean? He was going to close escrow with us. His commitment was $25,000 to the escrow. Now he's going to get $3,500 a month forever for that entity. See, when you own 25% of a storage unit, laundromat, car wash, Wendy's restaurant, or Jack in the Box, it's yours for life. For life. But the problem is he listened to his friends and family, and here's his business over here. So he was short $5,000. He only had $20,000 put in escrow because he's listening to a bunch of ding-dongs. I said, then you're out. Simple, you're out. Okay? So the bottom line is he's out. Forget it. Ray! All this baby crap. Everybody wants someone to feel sorry for himself. When I got shot and crawled on my belly, tried to get home to my kids, no one gave a crap. Period. So don't be a whiny baby. Okay? All right? Again, I stepped up, put the 5,000 extra there. This man screwed it up. We got the answers yesterday. He gets $2,810 forever for that entity. He shortchanged himself. See, numbers don't lie, only people lie. I love numbers. I love math. Math is my favorite thing. Math makes sense to me. But again, people lie all the time, unfortunately. So tap the screen, share the live, okay? I'll give you a bunch of goodies. So now he gets $2,810 for that entity. Ray, I didn't really think, oh, yeah, stop it. I said, I don't want to hear your damn excuses. You made a commitment. You didn't man up and keep the commitment. But I saved the day. I don't want to save the day. It's not my job to save your day. But he's getting $2,810 the rest of his life for his entity. See, another client was simple. He couldn't get the line of credit at Chase Bank because they couldn't see enough transactions. Last month in my petty cash account, my transactions were over $3,000. By the way, just to let you know, here's the petty cash account, okay? This says $287,000, right there. Here's another $67,000, okay? So here we got about almost $400,000 just in these two petty cash accounts. So he partnered with me, signed an agreement. If we sign an agreement, I'm allowed to be your attorney in fact. I'm allowed to basically be one of your CFOs. So he didn't have the transactions. He didn't have the average balance, and I used my accounts because we signed an agreement. I became his attorney in fact. okay? Which I get to talk to the bank and prove that I'm me. See, banks want to log into the account. So does American Express. So if I can do that as a partner with somebody getting into an escrow, hell, why not? But again, it's very simple. What about the board game? Well, I took the board game off the shelf years ago. It was repackaged in America. Maybe a client from 20, 40 years ago. So that was very simple. So again, what do? We structure. Structure is finance and dream. See, when you scroll in and out, you're not learning a damn thing. You're being entertained because you're bored. That's why people look at their cell phones and look all the time because they're bored. Maybe because they're boring people, I don't know. So today, if you want to close an escrow, we have to build the foundation to build the structure and the dream. Foundation, build structure, and dream. You should close an escrow. If you're in a coaching program with me, I'm going to give you a broker's list. I'm going to teach you how to find the products and services and companies you can buy yourself. But again, what happens? If you want me to do it for you, we do that too. It's you do, we do, I do. Can you loan for TV shadows most show? Well, I'm not going to loan anything, okay? I'm not in the business of loaning. I'm in the business of making billions and billions because that's what I've done since I was 21. Find somebody else who will loan you money. It's simple. See, the reality is you're not structured anyway. And that's what happens to most of us. Today, if you share the live and you DM me, I want you to take a picture of the mouse pad. Here's your future. Peekaboo. Here's your future. Peekaboo. See, simple. I like numbers. They make sense to me. I don't like silly circus clowns out there. I have to get used to the clowns. Why? Because if I'm going to stay on TikTok, I've been used to writing checks for millions and millions of dollars for radio and TV for 50 years. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit. I'm online twice a day. Free. Monday through Friday. I got 6 classes on Saturday. If you listen and learn, you can play the game to win. But again, if you're missing pieces, I got the pieces. If you listen and learn, you have your 18 divisions, what's going to happen? Every division at Bank of America, right here, B of A, is going to get a line of credit to 150. I'm 25 and have the same mindset, but no knowledge. Well, the reality is play. But understand, what do you get to do? Structure is finance and dream. What does this mean? Structure is finance and dream. It's like real estate. So when talking about the new units in Arizona, hell, there's new units in Arizona and in Texas all over the place. So what? All right, the difference is very simple. All right, also for what? Even Nevada. Remember, Johnny, it is very simple. It is God, it is family, it is money. God, family, money. Yes, Jesus died for our sins. We're all sinners. I'm a pastor and I'm a sinner because I say what I have to say because it just comes out of here. But again, I make mistakes every day. But again, what do we have to do? If we build finance, well, how do you get the finance? How do you get the pieces? How do you get the rules and tools? Well, first you have to be a CFO. If you're not a chief financial officer, I'm sorry, it's not going to work for you. It can't. It can't. Your biggest thing is you have to get your act together. Your act together means you and your family and your finance. You got to realize one thing today. It's very simple. You have to be a CFO. You have to be a chief financial officer for personal life. You have to understand your personal cards. They fluctuate. You need a sticky. I said it, the system. When I'm training Ken Yarborough, it was my idea, oldest card, and the 29% rule. I invented the 29% rule. So what does that mean? Every card you have in your personal wallet today, you should have in front of you at 3 o'clock today. You should have a tab and a pen, and you should have a sticky pad. In other words, a bunch of these. I believe we have to dummy size everything. I think we all sometimes are a bunch of dummies. If I take this $10,000 credit card here, and I put my sticky there, I have to tell myself, okay, $2,500 or $2,900. If I go to 3,000, I'm going to be in the yellow. All right, 5,000, I'm in the red. You jacked up the wrong damn card. That's your own damn problem. Thank you for being a fan. And all the shares in the love, share the love, share the love, and share the live. So when you jack up the wrong card, you jacked it up, got stuck, or you can't get any more. There's your problem. You're good people. Most of you are good people. But if you get stuck and you can't finance the dream, what do? You're stuck. Trust, LLC, life insurance, real estate. Well, that's good. This is Miss Girlway, May, okay? Fantastic. Well, it's an irrevocable trust. Your LLC becomes an S-Corp, And it's basically insurance. It's from the corporation called whole life policy. But you forgot your nonprofit. It also had all the taxes. There you go. See, the pieces and rules and tools. So add more pieces because you have to have structure to build finance. TV shows you were watching. Okay, well, what TV shows did I watch? I didn't watch much TV as a kid. Gala Gourmet was my favorite because I was a chef. I became a gourmet cook. So that was my favorite shows. But again, who knows? I didn't have time for TV. By the way, you didn't have a TV. I wasn't allowed to watch TV because Mrs. Hope was a she-devil from hell. So I got to watch TV once in a while. So that's what it was. So that's the question. But let's go back to basics. If I take your credit today, your credit, and I have my team do a basically analyzation, rebuild you, all right, those things are free when you do a rapid rescore. Since I created rapid refresh and score 49 years ago, all it does is push your score up and away. Okay, Pee-wee Playhouse, I never watched any of that crap. Sorry, if you watch it, that's up to you. All right, I didn't have time to watch TV. I was working my ass off for being a slave to Mrs. Hope, scrubbing floors, taking out trash and crap, or being dropped off the damn pier. So what do? These do not fluctuate. Yeah, they do. All cards do but two. So write down 20% rule. If I take a Patrick today, or a Bill, or Susie, or Jay, and I basically look a rapid rescore, and I block all the crap, I rebuild him, I come to empty like her as well, Laura, and what do? And we want to do analyzation. See, if I can tell you exactly what to do, will you do it? There's the difference. Will you do what I have done for myself, for my family too? Now, these don't fluctuate. Write it down. I see a bunch of clowns going about the points and crap. I don't care. I don't care about points in the beginning. I care they don't fluctuate. These cards are up to $100,000. $100,000 paid over time limit, up to $1 million. So if I jack these suckers up, my score never drops. Mine never drops. See, there's your problem. You dropped your score, got stuck, can't get any more. You're a truck driver. 22% of my clients are truck drivers, have been for 50 years. 750 score, where do I start? Rebuild my life. Well, first of all, Arthur, what you'd want to do is talk to one of our specialists today. I'd tell you two things. A, be on the 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today, and let me build you a blueprint and show you an example. I'll be on live for an hour and a half. Have your tab and pen ready and your stickies and your personal cards in front of you. If you want to call one of the specialists in a couple hours, because right now it is what? I'm just checking time. It is 3:41. 3:41. Okay, very simple. At 3:41 in the morning, I'm online at 3:15. I'm one of these guys that needs about 3 hours sleep. That's about it. That's all I've had on most of my life, 3 or 4 at the most. I don't need to sleep. Why would I do that? It's a waste of my time too. These cards do not fluctuate. I can push anybody's score within 90 days to a 750 if they do what they're told to do. Now, once we do that, what are we going to do next? Understand something, okay? I want you to understand, in 1976, I released my first system. I'm the oldest coach on planet Earth. I'm the original. From there, it was called basically what? Winning the game of business. All right, how much? Johnny, talk to a specialist. I don't know what you want. I have 37 programs, and I don't talk about money because I don't need money. Let the specialists do their job. And you see, I have everything I want. I control millions and billions, but I'm not a billionaire because I'm not dumb to say I'm a billionaire, okay? Only the circus clowns. I'm a billionaire. Look at me. Don't buy a house, but I got houses. I don't like circus clowns. I like the truth. Numbers, yes, only 29%. 29% in all cards because you're in the green. 30 is yellow, 50 is red, how I designed it in 1976, and 70s and 80s and everything else. Okay, I'll look at that. That's what it costs. Okay, this is the first system that I put out there in 1976. In 1976, I wanted to show the world on an infomercial. Wait, there's more. That was mine too. I wanted to show the world what they could actually do. I modeled it after corporations owning corporations like your banks do. Banks, 800-254-9506. So banks, they bankrupt locations. They did last year. Last year, if you would have paid attention, you had 22,000 banks file bankruptcy. 22,000 banks filed bankruptcy. Okay? So when I took the winning the game of business, in 1976, that was the first $1 million I had in my bank. I had $1 million in the bank. I'm 15 years old. 1976, I'm 16. Do you understand? A 16-year-old kid then, I'm driving a Lamborghini to West Coast College. I tested out from T-Week Junior High. Then I went to high school to waste my damn time. Well, that was just me. So in 1986, that was fun too. But what did I do in 1984? I didn't want to pay franchise tax fee. In 1984, I'm the king of satellite television, manufacture, distribution, all kinds of fun stuff. I own some Shakey's, I own some shopping centers, I own some condos. I got a 31 Flavor, I got a Subway, I got a basic donut store, and I'm playing the game. California wanted me to pay franchise tax fee per corporation. Today, it's $800 to $1,000 per year. Per year. So, what did I do? I asked Sacramento a basic question. Could I create an entity under the corporation that does not pay franchise tax fee? They said create a form or modify an existing form and we'll approve it or not. They approved it in 85. In 1985, division process was born. So your entity, LLC, LLP, C Corp, whatever you had today, you take a picture, you have 18 divisions, now you have 100,000 a month, up to 100,000. See, what happens is it'll vary based on what you're doing today. All right, Johnny, Wyoming's crap. Only ding-dongs do Wyoming corporations. You're not a ding-dong. I got to get a Wyoming corporation. Number one, you can't open a bank account with not a real address. If it's asset protection, what assets are you going to protect? You don't have any yet. Okay? So the bottom line is very simple as we play this game to win. Oh, your middle name is Wyoming? Okay, fantastic. We denied the Shakey's as a child. Well, the rallies, right? We dined at it. Okay, fantastic. Well, if it was one on basically Firestone Imperial Highway, one of mine got on fire, that was mine under the division corporations. But again, what I learned is setting up a system that I don't want to pay franchise tax fee. California wants $800 to $1,000 per corporation. It's like, are you crazy? You got all these people going, I need 5 LLCs. I need this and stop. It's a bunch of circus clowns. When I created a division process, as I was setting up Yarborough for TW, and I set up the first dashboard in 87, literally for tax ID base. Every division has its own credit file. So you haven't had a chance to screw them all up. Is that okay? Every division has its own Superior and Transfer and Equifax. Every division can have credit. So if I have these for the corporation, LLC, I get these for the divisions. I can take one American Express card, gold or platinum, that had paid over time limit up to 100,000 plus, and I can get one for every division. That becomes within 90 days to 4 months if you did it right, up to $1 million of credit. But again, results will vary if we put no effort into it. See, I don't have a magic wand. I'll teach you to rebuild yourself like Humpty Dumpty, even if you need courtesy checks to pay down some of your debt to racial crap. See, you got to rebuild you. You have to basically share the live today because I asked you to, please, please, please. And then what we look at is starting out right. Here's a free download for every one of you. It's a free download. What does that mean? You have the ability to play the game to win if you want to. Do you want to play? Then you get the download for free. Very simple. You get the free download. That makes sense to me because what happens is you can learn to play the game to win. The other thing is you get corporation for free if you want. It's in the link tree. The other thing is if you want, winning the credit game, you get that as well. See, winning the credit game, I crave that because I helped set up the system. I wanted to counterbalance. In other words, when Ken Yarborough and I wrote a book called File Segregation, I didn't like it when we were done. This is 1987. I didn't like it. All right? On the back of all my books, it always showed me, because I'm the author and I've written 67 books. That's the highest kick in 81, 13 feet on the air, fastest kick. One of the cars in the 21 car collection, one of the Mansons, one of the yachts. Well, why not? See, I'm what's called show me state. I think most people are full of crap. Not you, of course. The social media, that 80% of circus clowns, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like the fact that the bottom line is like, all right, don't buy a house. That makes no sense. Your paycheck today is taxed. You have to get and understand an SS5. So let's write down SS5 form. The SS5 was signed by you or mommy. I don't know who did it, or who did it. In other words, the SS5. See, we have to realize the SS5 form, the IRS has it in their file cabinet on every one of us. Every one of us, the IRS has an SS5 online in file on every one of us. You did it or mommy did it? Who did it? Who did it? Who did it? See, it's all based on Nixon and Roosevelt. Roosevelt had the Gold Act. He confiscated gold in 1934. Nixon took the Gold Act in 1971 in August. So the bottom line is whoever did it is the one who wrote and agreed. You signed under penalty perjury, you or mommy, to not use the SSN for ID purposes. Do not laminate, don't carry with you. See, the SS5 creates the SSN and the 1040 tax return. If you understand how they connect the dots. Today, every one of us are taxed on our paychecks. Now, if you have a house that's 24% interest for 24 years, that will give you back your money. But your paycheck should be your write-off base. You shouldn't be rich. I don't want you to ever be rich. I want you to follow what I learned since I studied law and accounting since I was a kid. That was fun too. John D. Rockefeller is my hero. My hero. Here's a guy, the Rockefellers are still some of the richest family in the world to this day. 1934, okay, irrevocable trust. So the bottom line is very simple, as we do this as well. So what are your thoughts on basically our WB, 8B? And okay, well, it depends what you're trying to do. No matter what you do it under what division process. Let's talk about what I'm talking about, not what you're trying to talk about, okay? Let's understand today, if you had a division for Bitcoin, because you're doing it from your taxable income, you're doing it from your taxable income. Why would you use taxable income to do anything? I don't understand. Why would you use taxable income to do anything? To do anything? Why? I don't get it. You see, you got choices today. The choices are very simple as we play this game. So what does that mean? So when we play this game to win, okay, come here, I'm trying to answer a question online at the same time. It's gonna go crazy. The computer reboots itself. I hate when it reboots itself and screws up everything and loses all the things I'm working on. I had 37 tabs I'm working on, okay? 37 tabs. I want to work on my tabs, not what the computer wants to. Oh, well, what can I say? We have choices today. The choices are simple. If I'm going to use, listen carefully, my taxable income to buy Bitcoin, that's kind of dumb. If I use a corporation with the division, I could use corporate credit to buy the Bitcoin. It's going up and down, up and down. I said to get to 61 and it did. But again, it's not done. It's fluctuating some more. I would tell you today to share the life, share the life. Let's think. If I repackage you and you have that what? Wrapper rescore, rebuild, our process, analyze, and build your score to 750. We put our sticky on a personal card. We get the discipline. They don't fluctuate. What do? Simple. Today, you tap the live, you share the live with everybody, and you show up at 3 o'clock today. 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Okay? So look at your watch right now. We have 3:52. 3:52. What time zone are you in? Now, if I take these ink cards, there's basically 6 ink cards, and they're going to give you literally up to $50,000 per card. I'm going to take these ink cards from the corporation. I'm going to get one of these cards, every one of these cards per division. If the division for Bitcoin spends the money on that division to buy Bitcoin, up and down, you write it off anyway. See, a division and corporation allows you to fluctuate 47%, up to 47%. It'll vary because of what you put into it. In other words, when you go down, you write it off. When you go up, you write it off as well. Hey, let's pay tax to buy a Lamborghini. I only had 21 cars in the car collection anyway. Why not? Let's pay tax to buy a spaceship. They do that too. Let's borrow $44 billion. $44 billion is very simple as we play this game. As we play the game, very simple, as we want to basically have what? Structure. I want you to think about today, to think about that LLC. Take your LLC, I'm going to try to convince you to turn it into an S Corp. LLC to S, why? Because it's single filing. An LLC, yeah, you can pay yourself a draw, you don't pay them about 15%, employment tax, blah, 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 but the draw is still taxed. Convert the LLC to an S Corp because what? It's you and the corp filing a tax return together. What happens next is very simple. No tax is going to be due till you're profitable. And the goal is you're going to play that to $3 to $5 million anyway. $3 to $5 million. Now, if you have a C Corp, you know they're double tax, right? You stay C until you start making money. C converts to S, single filing again. See, the greatest gift that I think that we have in structure is the IRS rules and tools. If we pay attention, the S corporation, very simple. All right, what do you think about buying a shelf corp? All right, for instant credibility. Number one, it's BS. A shelf corp can be done, yes, if it's done right. What does this mean? A shelf corporation, you have a problem. If you structure correctly through resolution, you're okay. But not what happens, you buy the shelf corp. It's 5 years, fantastic. Why did you buy it? Well, number one, because the bank wants a 2-year corporation for a line of credit. How's your personal credit? Does it suck? Does it be back on track? The next thing is when you apply for credit. Remember, you're the CFO. If you sign an agreement and you're signing for credit purposes for that shelf corp, you're swearing under penalty of perjury, it's your corporation. You're swearing under penalty and perjury, that's been your corp since day one. Resolution, you can do it correctly. But if you sign that paper without resolution structure there, you just did fraud, in my opinion. So a shelf corp can be done right, but again, if you don't learn the rules and tools, it's going to be done wrong. Sorry, this is the way it works. Tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. I got 30,000 followers now. This is my 12th week having fun with TikTok. I've made a commitment, I'm going to stay on it for a while. See, I didn't know if I was going to like it, but I don't like the circus clowns. I don't like liars. I don't like Gary saying the F word. Gary doesn't teach you to get into business. He's full of crap. Okay? He teaches you to be playing the social media game. But that doesn't help. If you don't have foundation and dreams and finance, what are you going to do? Every one of these kids and you making money on social media right now, when TikTok changed their system, what happened? The bottom line is most of them are going to be broke. Who's Gary V? I don't know who's Gary V. He's the one who says F, 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 F all the time. So I don't like the F word all the time, and he doesn't teach anything. Then you have this guy named Ryan who thinks he's a coach and he's full of crap. He bought my book years ago and he didn't pay attention. He says take the American Express blue card. This fluctuates, and that 10,000 card that you as a parent, I give your kid a card as a courtesy card, secondary card, all right, authorized user for $100. He doesn't understand there's Hawk Alert for TransUnion, Checkpoint for Spirit. He doesn't understand by saying dumb things like that, the card's older than the kid. And when those parents screw it up, they screwed up the kid's credit in the beginning. So we can use an Open Sky card instead. Wouldn't that make more sense? Okay, but again, what do? As we play the game. Okay, so again, what about Dwayne and Mac Enterprise? Don't know who it is, don't really care. I just basically say, do they create billions and billions? See, my first structure had $1 million in the bank at 15 and a half. I created my first billion through corporate structure at 21. 2.6 billion, 26. When I died in the coma, it was 3.7 billion. But I've controlled up to 2.2 billion in real estate. I think this should be your future. Peekaboo, peekaboo, take a picture. See, if you basically follow through, what do you get to do for yourself? I think you should auto income. Here's the problem. Today, you got to look at your credit, put it on track. Then you're going to hire a credit repair. Well, credit repair is a fraud. It's always been a fraud. It's been a fraud since day one. Credit repair is a fraud. So what do? You learn to rebuild your credit, wrap or rescore. So what do you do today? Starting out right. This is for your kids. You need it as well. Share the life. What do you get to do for yourself? You get to change your life if you want to. If you want to. Today, when you help me, I help you. What does that mean? Get this download for your kids. If you don't get it through the download here, it costs you about 20 bucks. So it's a free download now in the link tree. Starting out right. This is for the kids, high school and college. So now I wrote the rules and tools and trained Yarborough years ago in the 70s and 80s. You might want to pay attention. These are the things you're missing today. The next thing is winning the credit game. Winning the credit game. So the ability to play the game. I want to go get a copy. I'll be right back. Peekaboo. I had to go in the other building real quick. This is winning the credit game. Okay? So winning the credit game, it's a free download if you want it today. Free download. See, when I wrote the rules and tools, what happened to me is I felt basically, okay, let's give the counterbalance. Just because we help, TRW, Experian, blah, 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 and all this credit system was set up and I had to be the consultant, what about the counterbalance? I look at counterbalance because, all right, the report's wrong. Well, TRW was Thomas Raymond Warridge. They made bicycle parts, they also got into California. What do they do then? Very simple. All right, they got an information business. Ken Yarborough was security chief, I was a consultant. I helped set up the oldest card, its history, and the 29% rule, 29%. So if we put a sticky behind our cards, we get the discipline. That's the ultimate goal. So what happens is very simple. From there, these don't fluctuate. So if you want to rebuild yourself, the bottom line is I'll help you do it. I'll show you how to do it yourself too. I'm online twice a day, Monday through Friday, and 6 times on Saturday, helping people like you. The goal is my professor told me I was guilty. I go, what do you mean? Ray, you feel guilty because you have corporations worth billions of dollars. That's why you help people. Oh, no, I want to help people because I have the ability to do so. So we had that debate. It was funny. So again, for you, all right, because you want to know the book you get for free. And Johnny, you've been here before, but you don't do anything besides want to get free goodies. So get your free goodies. Winning the credit game. Very simple. When you look in the book, do yourself a favor. Look at part of the 21 card collection. Lamborghinis. Hell yeah. All these people talking Lamborghinis. How I got my first one when I was 15. Driving to Orange Coast College. I have 21 cars in the car collection. See, I like real stuff, not a bunch of BS, a bunch of hooey. So get your free book for starting out right. Very simple. What do? Winning the credit game. See, I need you to put your credit back on track. Okay, why? Well, this is your first time, get your free downloads. Great. If you want to change your life, understand what do we do today. Okay? I'd like you to think about future. Future. This should be your future. Very simple. So the bottom line is this division process. Okay? Well, guess what? You might have a clone, Johnny D, because I have another Johnny D that's here all the time. Weird, huh? Okay. So today, if we structure finance, your LLC, what kind do you have? There are 9 kinds. But again, what if you have property? If that property slips and falls, what happens? Okay? Here, I got Johnny D on this other one, Johnny Grimes. How you doing? Good morning, Johnny Grimes. Here's Kevin Thompson. Now, what do? We have some problems. You get confused. What do? I try to help you as much as I can, 6 days a week. Can you imagine for 50 years, I've been online or in person 6 days a week? Why? Because I want to make a difference. All right? Wow, Johnny is, such a fair name. Johnny, there are 18,000 Johnnies, okay, just in California alone, okay? It's like when I came out of a coma in 2009 and 10, there were 14 people online pretending to be me. We didn't realize there's actually Ray Reynolds. There were 18,000 Ray Reynoldses. What? I thought it was the only one. Nope, doesn't work that way. So again, today you share the live. If you take your LLC, all right, and you have it in your own state, which you should, because you're not taxable until you're profitable. So why hide and play these Wyoming, Nevada crap? You don't need to. Very simple. Okay? Oh, so you're... No, I'm not, it's common. It's just there's more than one. That's simple. Okay? There's names. Or hey, every time you Google Ray Reynolds, you get Ryan, my brother. It's online all the time. What do? Okay? Every time you Google him, you get me. So we can play. Names are names. Reality is very simple. If I take our LLC in your state, not Wyoming, Nevada, because you're not in the profit zone yet, okay? That's what I tell you to do. See, the reason you want Wyoming, never. Nevada, maybe, when you get to 3 to 5 million. Structure builds finance and dreams. Wyoming doesn't have, but does the Wyoming crap work? Hell no. If you want a corporation out there with an address as a registered agent, no bank account, and you want to put liens on crap as well, the reality is when they sue this, they close it anyway. I mean, if you think you're going to hide from the IRS, you're not going to hide. Your goal is to use tax balancing. The IRS sues you. If they sued you today, okay, let's ask the question. If they sue you today, are you in a deposition? The answer is yes. Do you have to answer their questions? Yes. If not, you're in contempt. They indict you. You're going to have to answer their question no matter what. Oh, you have this asset here. It's over here. Fantastic. Oh, it just has a loan on it. The loan is what corp? Oh, this corp over here. Who controls that? You? See, the bottom line is it's a bunch of hooey. John D. Rockefeller didn't play the stupid games. Notice the Gettys, the Kennedys, and the rest, neither the Trumps. They don't play these games. So the bottom line is you get to have the ability to play the game. So basically what happens is IRS can do anything they damn well please. They're the bullies. They're the bullies. So if you think a Wyoming corporation is going to protect you, I'm going to say no. I think the only thing that protects you is structure. See, if we have an LLC in your state, please. It's in the link tree. Get one today. Now. Go ahead. It's free. You pay your filing fee. You see, the reality is if you pay your filing fee, I want you to have that in a nonprofit. The trust should own everything. Well, yes and no. This is Miss Girl May. You made some comment about LLC, trust, and everything else, but you're not connecting your dots. Okay? So let's understand something. It's an irrevocable trust. Delaware. Okay? Well, let's understand 1995, Delaware was the choice state for everybody. Now, this is not people. Delaware is for banks and credit cards. Okay? In 1995, Delaware decided to disclose, and they disclosed certain things, and people ran to Wyoming, Nevada. Now, let's understand. I'm not against a foreign corporation. I am Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit. Do you understand? I'm the largest registered agent in the world. I've sold 10 times Nevada Corp to anybody on this planet to this day. To rich and famous people. Because that's structure. Your parent company should be eventually been tied into Nevada. That's when you're 3 to 5 million. Are you making 3 to 5 million right now? I mean, let's not waste and piss away some money. If we're not at 3 to 5 million right now, let's build a foundation and dream. Good morning, Rosie. How you doing? Okay, you've been playing phone tag for 2 weeks with David, with Jay, all right, Brandy. I guess one of these days you guys will talk. Every time they leave you a message, your phones are, your voicemail's packed, okay? There's no room to leave a message. So they'll be here today. You know, Brandy was not feeling good yesterday. She might not be here, but David is, as we play the game. Now, remember something, please. You're going to have to fight through the pain. It's just the way it is. You have no choice. Today, I believe most of you, you're stuck in that routine. The job, maybe you hate it or you love it, whatever. What happens in life, and life controls us until we take charge of the life. It's God, family, me and my wife became one. We got married 20 years ago. And everything I say is for her and us, it's one. But we don't buy things joint because that's dumb. Can you imagine how many of you bought a house joint with your husband and wife? I'm sorry, that's dumb. Why is it dumb? Well, the reality is on the house, it's escrow, close, homestead, trust. You didn't do any of the homestead or the irrevocable trust. So you're a duck and a sheep. The other problem is if you lose the house, the creditor, the bank, turns it to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now you both have crappy credit and an IRS problem. Congratulations. It should have been a married person's own separate property. It should have been husband or wife who wants to be the duck, close escrow, homestead, irrevocable trust before you got the keys. You're both on the trust. The biggest mistake that every one of you do, husband or wife or man or woman, is simple. You allow the word and. I don't understand. I've never seen so much dumb in my life, to be honest with you. You allow the word and, A-N-D. Okay? That's the biggest thing that puts people in probate today. Do you know that? The word and puts people in probate. Why? Husband goes to the other side. He's gone. They had everything in and. He can't sign the contract. He can't sign the bank account, and everything's stuck in the probate. If it was or, she or he's in charge. So when you see the word and in the future, in my opinion, I'm not here to be CPA an attorney, I would turn around and cross out the word and write down the word or and initiate it. Initial, okay? That's it. I don't like probate. Most people are stuck in probate. Your family stuck you there. You're sticking your family in the future in there too. You're setting yourself up probate because you're not set up the right way. Sorry. But then you're listening to all these circus clowns out there. You need a Wyoming. You need 5 of these, 5 of this, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you need the points to travel. What a bunch of crap. I don't care about the points. I don't care about the points. These don't fluctuate. Do you understand what that means for you? 90% of you make your credit up and down like a yo-yo. You screwed up. You screwed up. Why? Because you don't understand rules and tools. These don't fluctuate. They don't fluctuate. They do. I want you to pay attention. All cards fluctuate. Write it down. But 2. All cards. These need a damn sticky. I'm sorry, your discipline sucks. Honey, let's go shopping. I got $10,000. Oh, goody. Let's go to dinner. This card, if you use more than $2,900, you're in the yellow and then the red. Red. It's on fire. Most of you have your credit cards at 50%. Your credit's so much on fire, it's ridiculous. 50% is red. You jacked up the wrong card because you lost your job, had an emergency. Okay, we'll give you that. You should have jacked up these suckers. They don't fluctuate. They don't fluctuate. They don't what? They don't fluctuate. So what do we do? If their paid overtime limit's $100,000, which these are, okay, and I have that to the corporation, all right, here's the thing. You can't bill credit to a Wyoming corporation. Good luck, because you don't have an address there. You're not really there. They know that. So again, good luck. They're not going to build a Nevada corporation, maybe, if you have an address. I own a building there for years, simple. But what do? These do not fluctuate. So if we do this, Ryan L. Alexander's coach, not use, only reports. Well, Ryan's basically full of crap. I've challenged the debate, and I said if I win the debate, you shut your doors because you're an idiot. I mean, I don't like stupid. I'm sorry to say it again. I'm not allowed to say the word. I don't like dumb. He tells people to put their kid on one of his cards. Ryan doesn't know crap. He bought my book years ago. That's fine. The challenge is here because I'm going to tear him apart. I don't like dumb. I don't like when you say put the kid on your $10,000 credit card. $10,000 credit card. $10,000. And what do? All right, let's screenshot this for a second to give it to our social media team because we're redoing some of his videos. His videos really suck, okay? But he's in this other stupid little card now. Ever since I beat him up on the American Express Platinum Gold. You don't fluctuate. He's not talking about that. He doesn't talk about that. And again, what do? They don't fluctuate. They don't fluctuate. So if I have an old blankety blank day and I put my sticky behind my credit cards here, very simple. I have to have my discipline. Well, the reality is, I mean, you might be Ryan, okay? Again, I challenge you to a challenge because if you're Ryan, I want you to close your doors after I beat you up in the challenge you said you're going to fly over here. I can't wait to debate the hell out of this guy. All right, he laughs like a hyena. Hey! Yeah, it's ridiculous. They don't fluctuate. They don't fluctuate. They don't fluctuate. So what do? These are the cards you would jack up in an emergency case. An emergency case. An emergency case. So what do? Again, you don't jack up your own card. Putting a $10,000 credit card on your kid for $100. All right, Ryan doesn't understand checkpoint for Experian, hawk alert, because he doesn't know who he's talking to. But the reality is very simple. He didn't realize he was talking to the Godfather Credit, who wrote the rules and tools that actually helped set up the damn system. All right, so again, okay, call me, I'll private message. I'm not going to private message, Ryan. If this is really you, hell, I want to beat the crap out of you online. Knowledge to knowledge, because your crap sucks. It really sucks. I mean, do you realize if you put a $10,000 credit card from a husband and wife family to your kid, hawk alert for TransUnion, Experian, all right, it's checkpoint. If they jack up the card, the kid has got crappy credit. The card's older than him. Son of a biscuit. Oh, this is called dumb. I don't like dumb. I don't like dumb. Okay? I don't like dumb at all. It makes no damn sense. Ryan's a coward, but we're going to have fun. We're going to go tear him apart. I want him to close his doors. Okay? Because when he got my book 18 years ago, he should have read the damn book. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you tap the screen, this is a free download. And Ryan, get a copy because you need it too. Your information is so crap, it's ridiculous. Okay? This is a free download for everybody. It's called Starting It Right. Starting It Right. I got 35,000 followers in 12 damn weeks. I'm getting ready to put my 50 million clients, because I'm the coach behind Carlton Sheets, David Delgado, and Russ Dalby, my 50 million on my TikTok account. I'm going to have fun. I don't like people who piss me off with bad knowledge. All right? He's going to close his doors. We're going to debate. And that's a guarantee. All right? He's going to go do something else. Very simple. If you have your corporation, again, your state, do not play the game anywhere else. It's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. When I put out the system in 1976, I am the original oldest coach out there for 50 years. Winning the game of business, 1976. Driving a Lamborghini, West Coast College. I tested out of Tewico Junior High. I was 16 years old when I put this out there. I had the #1 info commercial in the world, #1. That's the only one anyway. How is it hard to be #1 if you're the only one? Wait, there's more. But again, today I want you to get some downloads. I want you to winning the credit game for free. If you don't get it through me here in the download, then it's $50. $50, but it's up to you. Very simple. As we play this game, Ryan, we're going to have a debate. We're going to basically not co-host crap, because I don't need you co-host crap, because your crap sucks. I'm going to show you real Lamborghinis, part of the 21 car collection. Okay? Your problem, Ryan, is you pissed off the wrong guy. You pissed me off. All right? And we're going to debate. And I want you to close your doors. Every one of you, tap the screen, tap the live now. Starting it right. It's free. But if you don't do it now, it's $20. Simple. I'm online 6 days a week, Monday through Friday, twice. I've been in person or online for 50 years, helping people 6 days a week. All right, it's very simple. Tuesdays for 32 years. Every Wednesday at the Bonaventure. I'm the second largest advertiser in California at the time for 32 friggin' years. Bonaventure, Orange County, Los Angeles, Riverside. Simple. Ontario. So if you want real help, I'll help you. But again, this is a free download. It's in the link tree. Ryan, why don't you get a copy? Because you need it. All right? Your information is so crap, it's ridiculous. I've never seen crap. I don't get it. I helped Ken Yarbrough set up this system for TRW. He became a Spirian. The oldest card, and the 20% rule, and it was teaching the truth. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? All right, very simple. Okay? No, we're having an open forum. We're going to have a debate. You said you were going to fly in here. Get on the plane. Come on. Let's do the debate. Let's have the podcast. See, you pissed off the wrong guy, sir. Winning the credit game, it's a free book. Download. That's what you do. So remember something today. The ultimate goal for every one of us is very simple. It's like when I created the division process. The screenshot of my team's going to love this. Okay? They were editing some of his bad videos anyway. Winning the Game of Business came out in 1976 when I was 16. I mean, I was in the bank driving a Lamborghini, okay? Then I basically updated it in 85 and 86. I had a problem. See, I own Shakey's Pizzas, about 11 of them. Shopping center, Subway, sandwiches, okay? 31 flavors and everything else. And in 1984, I had a problem. I was the king of satellite television, by the way. Manufacturing, distributing, having fun. I like making money. I created my first $1 billion structure at 21 years old. All right, 2.2 billion, 26. I died in a coma in 2009. All right, the worth was 3.7 billion, and they stole my goodies. So what do? What is our goal? Very simple. Okay, what's your favorite ice cream? Who cares? Barry Baskin was our neighbor in Whittier, and we had, 31 flavors. Very simple. 1985 didn't have almond milk. Who cares? I don't care about almond milk. Again, this is silly stuff. But again, for me, I had a problem. My problem in 84 is I have all these pieces. I got a letter from the Secretary of State of California. See, in California, they want 800 to 1,000 bucks per corporation. 800 to 1,000. Hey, Eric Chicas, you're back. Where you been? I haven't seen you for about a week. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I have recall in most things. I write with both hands and talk at the same time. Okay, very simple. And I have recall, but I rhyme all the time too. But it's my IQ's off the freaking chart. All right, Eric, why don't you get off your ass and let's finish what we're talking about 2 weeks ago. Let's play. Let's have fun. Okay. 84. They said I have to do a franchise tax fee. See, when you watch the circus clowns out there like the Ryan people, the clowns, blah, 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 and what do? You need 5 LLCs. It's not true. California, it wants $800 to $1,000 per corporation. What the blank? So I went to Sacramento and asked a basic question. Could I create an entity under the corporation, an entity? And they said, you can create a form or modify one. I went to 2 departments and they said, we'll see if we approve it. Okay, what do? They approved it in 85, 86. So that allowed me, listen very carefully, since I trained Yarborough at TRW, Ryan, pay attention, and I'm the guy that set up the damn system. Okay, you didn't realize who you're. Simple, sticky, discipline, don't fluctuate. What do? Very simple. All right, every division I set up in 85 on for you and everything else has its own what? Credit file. Its own what? Credit file. Its own credit file. Credit file. See, do you understand? If you have your file and you keep screwing up and down, listening to the circus clowns like Ryan, Gary going, FFFS. All right, or, here you got Kevin who just came out of prison talking about look between the walls. I was at the studio when he did Mega Memory. The answers are on the floor. I tell him out then too. He didn't like me, I don't like him. I don't like he lied. Okay? All right, 40 years ago, it doesn't matter now. Now, you're wrong. Division process. We're talking more than 40 years. So if we take the history and somebody helping somebody 6 days a week, which I've done for 50 years, then you basically look at its history and what needs to be done. What needs to be done today. Your LLC today should be in your own state. We don't need Wyoming because it doesn't really work. It's a bunch of crap. Nevada more simple because you can do a bank account in Nevada even through a registered agent's address. Wyoming you can't. But again, what are you looking to do? Protect equities or assets. Well, why don't we build structure first? Why don't we take a corporation or LLC, whatever you have today, why don't you turn around and have division process? Delaware changed, sir. I keep telling you, Delaware changed in 95. You see, you can't ask me a question I can't really answer because I have recall and everything else I do. I can basically talk about all these pieces for you, very simple. All right? Delaware just started in 95 to what? Disclose. I don't want to disclose. That's why everybody ran to Wyoming, Nevada. But again, division process. Okay? No one needs to prove anything. You do what you want to do for you. But it's very simple. Okay? There's nothing to prove besides you do what you need to do. I'll be online 6 days a week, twice a day. And the corporation you can do also on Saturday, 6 classes. So build you. Okay? I already have everything I want. But again, Delaware. You can do Delaware all you want. You see, the only corporation I would do in Delaware today is an LLP. The partnership agreement for Delaware is actually, out of all 50 states, is the best for Delaware. Partnership. But it's an LLC. Again, I would rather have my own state. But you can do what you want. Delaware didn't change. Hell, yes, it did. Why do you think they would go to Wyoming, Nevada? Look at the rules and tools. So they're always simple. In 95, they changed. But again, it's just the proof. It's online too, but it's up to you. Delaware discloses. Like, I don't want disclosure. That's why they went to Wyoming, Nevada, all the things. You don't have anybody listening going, you need 5 LLCs in Delaware. They're saying Wyoming, Nevada. I don't think you need any one of those yet. I don't think you're in the profit zone yet. So if you build the foundation and the dream, now it's okay. So the bottom line is you, whatever you pick. Pick Wyoming, it's $50. Yeah, Johnny, it's cheap. What are you gonna do with it? Try to take a Wyoming corporation, open a bank account where you have no address. Try to take a Wyoming corporation and build credit. Go for it. Please try. But why would we spend that kind of money when we don't need to? Why would we not just focus? Because here's the problem. Your state doesn't want you to circumvent their state. And the difference is people are talking about tax. All right, let's do this. Let's do some basic things. Let's write down SS5. SS5, let's write it down. The SS5 form, which most people don't realize what it is, the IRS has it on file for every one of us. That created the SSN and the 1040. Your paycheck is tax. You get the leftover, that sucks. But if you use your paycheck and your house payment offsets the taxes, that's what you get to do. So I'm gonna say have a house because it basically does that. EIN, that's the EIN, it's an SS4. So what? Johnny, show me the 26 ways you use an SS4, please. I explained it to Ted Turner when I was 9.5 years old. It's public record. There's 26 ways you use an SS4, which gets you EIN, by the way. And if you look at line 1, it says entity, which is the division. It's like it's supposed to. Individual person. Person. Are you a person? Yeah. At the heading, it says, all right, legal person. It says employer. All right, number, employer. The SS4 is a universal form, and I love the form because why? We get to play the game and win. That's the ultimate goal. We play the game to win. Again, here's a problem. Today, if you were to look at bankruptcy code, I'm not your attorney or CPA, did all that crap. I'm not here to do that today for you. Very simple. There's my little disclaimer. If today you look at the bankruptcy code, okay, under the Federal Protection Act, automatic stay, your bank's bankrupt 22,000 locations last year in front of you. They kept the assets. See, they're LLCs or corporations own corporations. That's called subsidiary. Again, we don't need to do all that, but again, that's what they did. Wells Fargo's settlement was over $2 billion. The creditors had to settle as well. So again, it's like, well, the partnership would be Delaware if you had an LLP. But I'm going to try to tell you the LLC that you have, please do it in your own state. Please do it in your own state. If you today listen to rules and tools that I set up when I basically set up this system, training Yarborough, very simple. All cards fluctuate. Payroll. Well, the reality is if you have an LLC, you're going to waive the 15% of the employment tax. Okay. But then the draw still is taxable. Either way, what happens is you want to offset your taxes. Your paycheck, house payment helps you do that if you want. Bank account. Well, the bank account is based on what you want to structure. For instance, when I helped my client the other day, we closed escrow. What does this mean? When we close escrow, I help people line up a business. So one of the clients didn't have the ability to share the information or the bank accounts. Here's my petty cash account with 400,000, okay, petty cash. Pick it. So when they partner with me, all right, we allow them, because the bank wants to verify me, I verify myself with them on my petty cash account, shows $400,000 just in January. They want to see transaction base. So again, I had 3,019 transactions alone in my petty cash account last month. See, I'm not full of crap. I teach you the real rules and tools. They don't fluctuate. That's all that matters. The points, 10,000 points is $60, so what? The lounge, okay, fantastic, all right? Isn't the most important thing is you don't jack up your personal credit cards? Tax exempt. Well, the difference is tax exempt uses a nonprofit, okay? But again, that's a 501c3 or a public benefit. It depends what you're looking to do in real estate. Well, Johnny, I'd put that division under a nonprofit and turn it to hospice. The grant is $112,000 a month. How much is it to join your program? This is all free. Free. Now, 6 days a week with me. Okay, call my specialist, that's fine. We have a team. They'll help you as well. What happens is very simple. Okay, there's different programs. I have 37 programs. So if you want today, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, today, write down and look at your time zone. I got 428. You got 428? Okay. What does this mean? Okay, very simple. Yes, all right, I have a Rolex that matches every shirt. That's right. All right, there's 12 million in Rolexes alone. All right, I had in the Rolex collection, but they're not mine, to answer your question. And every Lamborghini, I'd make sure it matches the suit. So I had 21 cars in the car collection. See, I'm going to give you structures, rules, and tools, but I got everything I want, don't you? You should. Structure. Structure is finance. It's a dream. But again, if you had a LLC, I'd tell you to convert it to S, single filing. That's my opinion when you make money, because S corporation is single filing, you and the corp. See, your paycheck is going to be taxed. No, you get it back on your tax card because you have a house. You should be doing tax balancing and basically what? Retirement plan. Never retire. Do you know why Warren Buffett, who I sat down with 39 years ago and I showed him reference of 3 times 5, he goes, wow, that's damn good. Do you know why he doesn't stop the wheel? Because you can't. The moment you get to billion, you can't stop the wheel from going because you're going to keep growing the business. If not, you're going to pay tax. So retire? Hell no. Why don't you just keep having fun? I mean, the guy drives around in limousines and flies all over the world and it's worth billions and billions of dollars, having fun, telling everybody what to do. I mean, the bottom line, it doesn't matter who you mention, Elon Musk, what, Bezos, simple. They can't stop the wheel from turning. If they did, they'd pay more tax. Okay, bottom's up to you. If we play the game. Tap the live, share the live, da 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 da. Hey, I gave myself a heart. I like me. Always have. See, when you're used and abused like I was as a kid, it sucks. I've been shot 3 times. The second time I was shot, it's like son of a biscuit. I had to crawl in my belly. I just kept thinking of my kids. It's not easy. This world's not easy. It wants to knock you down. But again, it's simple. All right, is he selling a course? I don't know if you want to get coaching. It's up to you, Johnny. If you don't, that's up to you too. You and Larry Flint. Well, the bottom line is Larry Flint, it's Hustler Magazine. Okay, I don't like that, but again, that's up to you. But again, what do? Structures finance, the dream. Unfortunately, all right, when they leave you to die, see, I was an orphan, okay, orphan. The government didn't give a crap if you'd live or die. You're just a damn number. But that's up to you as well. But again, what do? All I could think about is my kids. And I wanted to crawl back to my life. So what do? It's very simple. I had to rebuild myself again and again because this world knocks us down. That's how it works. So the bottom line is if you want to play the game, you win. Structures, finance, and the dream. Structures, finance, and the dream. So it's very simple. All right, but again, what do? You're going to get knocked down 1,000 times. You all will. Sorry, it just happens. This is life. It's like life wants to knock us down no matter what we do. But it's in share the life, share the life. The goal for me is to help people for the last 50 years. Find somebody who's been online or in person 6 days a week for the last 50 years. Besides me, you will not. I'll give you the real rules and tools. But I want you to understand how to do this, okay? So the bottom line is, how I've been sued? Hell yes. Hasn't anybody in business? You get sued. Larry Parker sued me, okay? Because I'm the king of satellite television in '84. One of my trucks, he represented the guy that crashed the truck and totaled it. First thing was very simple. Everybody okay? Everybody okay? Larry Parker at the time is one of these #1 bloodsucker attorneys. They're everywhere. He said, he called us up. And he says, we're going to do a lawsuit because we want money from the insurance company. Your guy's guilty. Okay? So the bottom line is very simple. He's guilty. We just want to get the money from the insurance company. It was a division on the trucks. Every truck was a division. So I incorporate. I bankrupt the damn division and I told him to kiss my ass hats. So being sued, no. That's just one of the business things you have to do. In business, it's not easy. Someone's going to knock you down, get up again and again and again. It's up to you. But again, Larry Parker, well, that's the bull crap. Larry Parker got me $2.1 million. The guy was my client. He got hit by a Mack truck, okay? And he got $2.1 million. That's crap. He still got $10 million. Larry Parker's still advertising today. He died 2 years ago. God rest his soul. They keep advertising Larry Parker. He died 2 years ago. But they're getting away with that. It's okay. But he can't walk. I understand that's $2.1 million. He should have got $10 million freaking dollars. Larry settled within 6 weeks. Okay, I think there would be a better bloodsucker than them, but that's just my opinion. What do? Oh, Jacoby and Myers? Well, the reality is, Johnny, that's one of the oldest firms in California. They were out there when I was a kid. Okay, no problem. But I think ambulance chasers were against the law back then. But unfortunately, nowadays, they can chase everybody. Hey, Johnny, if you bump someone's car at the store, don't worry, they're going to sue you. Why? You're the registered owner of the car. You're the registered owner. It should be a division of a corporation. Instead, you're the registered owner. That means they're going to sue you. They're going to sue your spouse. And they're going to tear apart your life in a deposition. See, that's the problem. My trust is, okay, well, the reality is that your trust is irrevocable trust, hopefully. But if all your positions are played for, that's fine and planned out. The problem is it's trust. Okay, I love this. Johnny's car, the red showing is a trust. Johnny, okay, you read the yellow book and the guy that's going blah, 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 he's a ding dong. It's called dumb. They sue the trust. This makes no sense, okay? I love dumb because I like to challenge everybody. You bump a car, all right, they sue the trust. It's registered owner. Having a car in a trust is the dumbest thing you could do, Johnny. Congratulations to Dumbville. They sue the registered owner of a car. They sue the trust. You just opened Pandora's box. Son of a biscuit. That's called dumb. Dumb. Oh, by the way, the address on that registration, it's your home address. Why don't you change it to a P.O. box? Every one of you listen very carefully. Because Johnny wants to argue the point, but Johnny don't know diddly squat. Okay, he's amateur hour, and that's what happens all the time. Sorry to say, but it's true. But again, if your car you bought from you is registered to what? You put it into a trust. The registered owner cannot be a damn trust. They sue the trust, they sue you. You open Pandora's box. You ought to be going, oh crap, you're right, Ray? Because I'm right. Every one of your cars today, registered owners should be a division. Don't you get it yet? Even Jay's trying to help you out too. You don't get it. Okay? The only thing you're willing to sacrifice, Johnny, write it down. You get it right, okay? You ready, everybody? I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not my corporation, not my family. All right? I have Larry Parker. Larry Parker died 2 years ago, rest his soul. So you don't have Larry Parker. You have an organization as ex-partner. It's simple. But what do? Please. The car you have today, ladies and gentlemen, should be registered to a what? A division of a corporation. The only thing you're willing to sacrifice. Okay, you're willing. I can't use P.O. Box in Mississippi. Excuse me, you can use a registered agent's address. You can use a basically shared office space. Knock off the crap. Do your damn research, Eric. Don't give me the whiny baby stuff. Okay? You're allowed to use a mailbox, etc. You're allowed to use a shared office space. Knock it off is not your home address. I did. Okay, there you go. Fine. Solve the damn problem. Never give out your home address to anybody. It's none of their damn business. Don't worry, mailbox, etc. All right, I can't say it anymore because it was sold to Federal Express, who you think set it up. You don't get it, all right? I have 126 patents and use 4 products in your house to this day. I carried my first patent when I was 15 years old. I had 26 of them at the time. Hell, I invented Car Finder. So we look it up, very simple. All right, what do we have to do? They sue the trust because they're the registered owner. Should be a division. Reason you should have anonymous LLC in Wyoming. Bullshit. Crap. All right, let's take our ham here, or whatever his name is. Sorry if I get it wrong. I apologize for that. Wyoming. Oh, let's watch. All right, you're driving the car. Ooh, your car's going, ba, 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 I'm a sheep. Quack, 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 I'm a duck. Turn off the radio. That's what it's saying, by the way. You bump a car. They sue the registered owner. It's a Wyoming corporation. Who's the voice? Knock off your crap. Simple. Who is the damn voice for the Wyoming corporation? You are. Who's in the deposition? You are. Stop the BS and the circus clowns out there going blah, blah, blah all friggin' day, all day. It's ridiculous. You're in a deposition. You have to answer the damn question. You have no choice. Oh, and the Wyoming corporation, you're the founder. Quack, 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 bah. You're still a duck and a sheep. Wyoming my butt. Wyoming's a joke. It's a joke. It's the biggest crap you ever learn of these circus clowns out there. I need 5 LLCs in Wyoming. Hell no, you don't. It's ridiculous. I don't understand dumb. But here's your future for every one of you. Please pay attention. I created what's called division process, 1985-86. This is your future. This is your future. Okay, take a picture. You want a mouse pad? They'll show you up to 100,000 a month. That's your future. Not all this tricks and all this blah, 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 and this card and that card and all the damn points. 97% of people fail in business, being an entrepreneur. So why don't we get to the structure and get past that and take the division process? I don't understand. You see, you have to understand, you have to be in a Rapid Rescore. Rapid Rescore I created 49 years ago in Rapid Refresh. It's very simple. They don't fluctuate. They don't fluctuate. So what do? They do. Oh, you see, I'm telling you to pay attention. All cards fluctuate but two. You need a sticky. You take it past 29%. This is where Ryan and all these ding-dongs, all right, going, hey! Let's share it. Hey, buddy! Talk about dumb. I've never seen so much dumb in my life. I can't wait till he closes his doors. These cards, all cards fluctuate. All of them do, but two. If you take it past, because I'm the guy that set up the system, training Yarborough in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. Damn. What happens? You drop your sword, you still can't get any more. These cannot go past 29%, period. 30 is yellow, 50 is red. That's the rules and tools. No one teaches you the truth. These don't fluctuate. The only thing that matters about gold and platinum cards, at $649, I can get you these suckers, personal business. $649. And up to $100,000 paid over time limit, unlimited. These are the cards you would jack up if you had lost your job, have an emergency. Thanks, Jay. Sharing the love, sharing the life. Tap the screen, share the live with everybody. Hey, I got 35,000 followers in 12 weeks. How am I doing so far? I'm getting ready to invite my 50 million clients and go, wee! I plan on being one of the top people on TikTok and social media. I don't play to be in last place. But in 12 weeks, I got 35,000 followers. How am I doing so far? Get to 100,000 in the next month and a half. Wow! We're going to have fun! But we're going to do it Ray Reynolds' way, the Godfather credit. We're going to go back to basics because everything matters about basics. Simple. Winning the credit game, my first system, 1976. I'm driving a Lamborghini. I'm 16 years old. I don't have BS to give you besides the truth. You don't want to get off your assets? Don't get off your assets. Wyoming? Hell no. Every state looks at it. It's like the ding-dongs in California that literally set up and have their car registered to Arizona. The moment they did their tax return, they got their assets kicked. The moment they did their tax return, they got their assets kicked. There's the problem. Again, they did it wrong. Quit trying to play games. If the car is a division of a corporation, corporation writes off the car. Unfortunately, on the circus clowns out there, oh, you can only ride so much of the car. Here's a grand. You can only ride it 5,500 rounds. Grand, I had to explain it to you. It's 179 into 6,000. I don't care about the write-off. I care about the liability. If my car is registered to my trust, I'm an idiot. I'm a dumb. You bump the car, they sue your trust. You just screwed up everything you did. A division, damn. Share the live. It's $20. If you want it for free, you did it now in the link tree. It's right there. Starting out right's for you, everyone and the kids. I dedicated to my professor, my attorney and friend, Harold Stokes. Harold wanted me to change the world because he says, Ray, you got the brain that can change this world. Steve Jobs, you ever heard of him? He said I was the greatest lateral thinker ever met in his life. Huh? So I worked for all these companies as a consultant for years. Here, it'll help the kids start their credit file. Right. Their first credit card. Simple. Not put a $10,000 card from the parent and a $100 card for the kid. That's called dumb. That means the card's older than the kid. TransUnion has Hawk Alert. Ryan didn't even know about Hawk Alert or Checkpoint. I don't understand. If you're going to be a coach, know what the hell you're talking about. But again, winning the credit game. Please don't hire a credit repair. Get the book for free. If not, it's $50. It's simple. I've written 67 books so far. It's very simple. So what do we do? In your book, why don't you look at part of the Lamborghini collection? There's only 121 cars. Boom, boom, boom. Division process. How do you find it and get funding? Hell, you do the right thing. Your way sucks. All right, you see, no one teaches you, oh, I got to put the puzzle. Well, let's see if I can do it the first time. I've been pretty good at this lately. Hey, I did it the first time again. Wow, I'm getting good at it. See, how do you get funding? Well, these have a blueprint loan for $250,000. Is that okay? Write down blueprint loan. American Express named it after me because I have blueprint of success for the last 50 years. I call it dummy card. They call it dummy code. So if you want to play, look my way. Simple. What do? These don't fluctuate up to 100,000 plus. All right, it'll vary based on what you put into it, effort. But what happens? They have a blueprint loan for 250,000. Is that okay? Is that okay? Is that okay? I've watched you every day until I'm rich. Well, here's Taco. This is his thing. How about you watch me every day and quit saying you want to be rich? I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you to correct yourself. I don't want you to be rich. You heard me before. You watch me every day. I told you later and before, never be rich. Just because I created my first $1 billion structure at 21, I'm not rich. My professor kept saying, Ray, you want to help you because you're guilty. Being rich. I'm not rich. Hey, I have everything I want. I have nothing in my name. I'm not dumb. I didn't model that orange book that's half-ass out there. Sorry, it's half crap. Like the guy's got his car, register his trust. That's the dumbest thing in the world. He's not asking questions now because I put him in check. It's dumb. Sorry. Stupid. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. See, when I studied John D. Rockefeller, 1934, irrevocable trust, the Rockefellers never got into probate. Why does everybody set up their families for probate? All of you are today. All of you are. Well, the main reason is because of the word and, A-N-D, okay? Okay, it makes sense. Well, Johnny, listen, learn. You want to challenge, you want to beat me up a little bit, and I find out, and I'll basically challenge everyone because I'm going to be right, you're going to be wrong. I'm sorry, I don't like your way. I think it sucks. So, Johnny, why don't you listen and get to millionaire to billionaire, okay? It's simple. I have 39 million millionaire clients and 50 million I've helped understand division process. I'm getting ready to add it to my TikTok. I just had to decide if I'm going to stay on TikTok. These clowns piss me off, and that's the problem. Blueprint loan, that's basically what American Express has is a blueprint loan, up to $250,000. So you want funding. What if we understand that every American Express card for every division can get a blueprint loan? How much would you like? What if we took $350,000 of Chase? There's no interest rate for 22 months. Why not? See, there's the thing. Interest rate, 22 months. If I do that per division, that's $350,000. All right? $350,000. All right, I want you to accept Ryan's challenge. Hell, we're doing what he promised me. He's going to do a podcast and fly his assets in here. I don't care what you want. I want to tear him apart. Okay? Knowledge to knowledge, because I don't like lies. I don't like crap. I don't like someone telling their kids, I'm going to put my $10,000 card, $100 for you. I created, if you look up history, the Visa Bucks card for kids in the 80s and 90s, Visa Bucks cards. Okay, that was for the kids. Now the difference is nowadays it's simple. I wrote the book starting out right for the kids. Okay, for the kids. I'm not doing this for you. Don't you get this so far? I do this because it's my dedication to basically pay back to God to save my life, because I've been shot 3 times. I've been knifed 6 times. I died in a coma. I made a promise to God that I'll help everybody 6 days a week. For the last 50 years, I kept my promise. Have you kept your promise? Okay, it's very simple. Starting our routes for the kids. It's free. So the bottom line, get the link tree. It's right there. Download the book. Free. If you don't, it's $20. It's up to you. As we play the game, I've been out there 50 years. So the bottom line is very simple. My name's all over the book? I don't think so. I think my name's on the front cover, but again, that's what it is. I want people to know that I wrote the book because I understand I dedicated it to Harold Stokes. You see, I have a nonprofit called the Reynolds University. That's why we donate it for free. Pay attention. Come on, Johnny, pay attention before I block you. What do? Winning the game. Winning the credit game. I wrote that years ago too. When I set up the system, I wanted to make sure there's a counterbalance. I wrote a book called Prove It or Remove It. That's what the goal is, prove it or remove it. See, everybody has to understand something. What you're on your credit file is mostly accurate. 99% of it's accurate. You're trying to trick them to get rid of some crap you didn't pay. That's what you're trying to do, some of you. It sucks, but it's what it is. All right? But again, we just show you the car collection. There was 21 cars in my collection, but they're not mine. But the registered number is a division of a corporation, not a trust. Damn. Every division can have a bank account tied to the same bank account. This client has 18 divisions and 150,000 times 18. Would you like a line of credit yet? But again, it's up to you as well. Okay? Your personal credit will matter. Your personal credit, you have to be a CFO. Let's understand something. Here's a good question. My wife and I became one 20 years ago. It's God, family, money. We maintain an 845. It's boring as hell. Our credit is so boring, it's ridiculous. Everything's automatic payment. We make extra payments every month for the fun of it. We stimulate it because I wrote the rule called Fast Pay, Quick Pay. For TOW, and everyone uses today. Fast Pay, Quick Pay. For instance, today, if you basically had all your bills, automatic payment, credit cards, and utility bills. So let's write it down. Come on. Write it down. It was automatic payment. Got it so far? You'd make an extra payment once a month or twice a month to credit cards to basically Fast Pay, Quick Pay. I would tell you to call 888-567-8688. Very simple. I tell you to opt out for 5 years or a lifetime. See, you're on the national mailing list, every one of you, because you allowed yourself to be on that list. What do you think about no docs? I don't know what we mean by no docs, okay? Again, I need more definition, which I'm not going to guess. If you got off the national mailing list today, okay, the real rules and tools, Ryan needs to pay attention. Amateur hour's over for him. What do we have to do? Okay, simple. Well, you're talking about no doc loans, okay? That's the Dave Ramsey crap. All right, my ex-father-in-law listened to Dave Ramsey. He was, Dr. Robert Solti's LA School Board. Before my ex-wife cheated behind the scenes, and I couldn't take her outside like the Bible said because it's against the law. So the reality is I partnered with him a little bit. He basically paid off his house, Whittier, California. Neighbors are Barry Baskin and people we knew from Baskin Robbins. He paid his house off. Next year he had to pay $60,000 in tax. That's called dumb. See, Ramsey's going to talk about what? The statement loans. Anybody can do bank statement loans, and that's if you got the income. Simple. That's been around since '68, by the way. So there's different ways to pay for the loans. But my ex-father-in-law paid his house off, paid $60,000 in tax. Ray, what did I do? Now, I'm already having fun doing, satellite, everything else, and millions and billions. I said, the bottom line is you paid off your house. Your house payment was giving you a write-off, getting your money back on your paycheck. House payments give you their way to recycle money, up to about 47%, even division process. So a house payment got him his what? Money off his paycheck back, because it's borrow money, house payments are write-off. For 24 years, it's all interest. I said, Bob, put a loan in your house. The next year, he paid no tax. Then I said, I want your tax attorney. I want you to do an amortized return for 3 to 5 years. And his tax, what's that? Ay. It's like these attorneys and CPAs who practice a lot haven't got it right yet. Then he paid no tax. When he put that loan on the house, he's got money, right? Borrow money's not taxable. Him and I partnered into a storage unit. See, a storage unit is a dummy-proof business because any dummy can own one. It's ran by third party. So I wanted something easy. I like auto income. The cut was $17,350 each for our corporations. Borrowed money's not taxable, people. Write it down. Learn the real rules and tools. Understand, I will challenge anybody on planet Earth, knowledge to knowledge. I have recall in most things. I write with both hands and talk at the same time. And I will challenge anybody, knowledge to knowledge, how I set up the damn system. I know exactly what needs to be done. And your problem is you. Take a picture. You need to have auto income. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. You're 75 years old below to 20. You're all stuck. It sucks. You're in that job you probably hate. Okay, what do you do? Well, why don't we have your credit rebuilt to 750, guaranteed. Rapid rescore, rebuild it for free, analyzation for free. In a rapid, I created Rapid Score 49 years ago for mortgage companies. And a Rapid Refresh blocks crap and pushes your score up and away. Do that today. Simple. Then we basically look at all your cards. Sticky time. They fluctuate. That's what they should be teaching you, rules and tools. These don't fluctuate. What do? They're paid over time up to $200,000. If you would have jacked up an American Express Gold or Platinum card the day you lost your damn job versus the card you jacked up, you wouldn't have crappy credit today. You screwed up, every one of you, because you didn't listen to me. I've been teaching and preaching for 50 friggin' years, 6 days a week. Where the hell you been? That's on you, not me. It's very simple. The reason I'm known as the Godfather of Credit, I've been in KNX Radio for 50 years. They nicknamed me that when I did $60 billion for my clients of credit for me and my clients over the years. $60 billion. If you would have jacked these suckers up, you wouldn't have crappy credit today. You would have maintained a 750. You wouldn't be hiring a credit repair company trying to lie for you. If you need the free download, it's called Winning the Credit Game. It's free. You don't do it during this webinar, $50. Simple. It's up to you. Go through and get to know me, the guy that really had the 21 card collection. Register it to a division, not a trust. That's called dumb. We're not dumb people. We just do dumb. Get the book for the kids. It's free. So they learn rules and tools. Do not listen to Ryan, who's a circus clown. I can't wait to debate the crap out of him. We're going to have some fun. The bottom line is you do not take a $10,000 card from a grown-up and put it to $100 to a kid. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Card's older than a kid. Do you understand they have what's checkpoint? Or Experian, Hawk Alert? You can't make a card older than the kid. And if they screw up the kid screwed up credit. Worst case, you get an open sky card. There's no damn inquiry. So if we build this correctly my way, we're going to take the original Winning the Game of Business, 1976, updated it all the time, having some fun. Then I created something called the Millionaire's Founders Kit. By the way, I sold the Millionaire's Founders Kit every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and at the Bonaventure for 32 years. 32 years. Second largest advertiser, 5,000 a set. So when I tell you I'm the #1 consultant worldwide, I am. Registered agent, yes. Sold 10 times corporation anybody's planet today. Where can I get the books? Jeff, it's in the link tree right below. Share the live. If not, it doesn't show. We're going to have the magic button. It's not true. So it's alive. Share the live. Let me help you. So the rules and tools. Let's write down 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today. 3 o'clock. I watch your live for 400 minutes. He did it again and again. I know he said it the other day. Let's get you to repackage yourself. It's simple. Now, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Let's look at our clocks right now. It is 4:57. 4:57. Got it so far? So what happens is at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, look at your time zone. Make sure if you're not in Pacific Standard Time right now, it's 4:57. What time zone are you in? You're in Central or Eastern? Or we look at it. Today, I would love for you to allow me to repackage you and show you a blueprint. If you're missing pieces at any given time, I have the pieces you're probably missing. If you allow me to do it for you, with you, I call it this. Let's understand. It's we do, I do, you do. What does that mean? Today, if you want, I'll be your attorney in fact, if you want to elect me to that. And I'll basically talk with your bank for you as well. If you're missing some pieces like revolving and transaction-based or average balance, in my petty cash account here, this is $400,000 for the last month, 3,000 transactions. I have the pieces you're probably missing. If you play my way, we get to play the game to win. Is that okay? What if we play my way and you get to win the game of business? Well, let's understand. Divisions allow you to fluctuate, all right, it's 47% on an average. Why don't you take a picture of this? Okay, here's Linda. Linda's a client. She started in 1986. I made her a millionaire 5 times. She'll tell you in that video, just click it right here. Simple. Millionaire 5 times. She named the Blueprint apartment in, all right, Texas. It's the Hyatt, all right, hotel. Hyatt Hotel. It's being converted to Blueprint Apartments. 100 days, 100 vets. It's a $27 million project. you'll find out I'm not full of doo-doo. You'll have a division for Bitcoin if you want to do Bitcoin. You'll have it for gold, silver, stock trading, auto income. That's very simple. So where do you watch Linda's story? I mean, let's show it again. Take a picture. See, if you take a picture, you can open that up on your phone. Watch the story. How hard's that? Pretty simple. So again, your goal is something like this. This is your future. If you did everything I told you to do for the next 12 months, your corporation will do about $5 million. But I'll say about, because if you're lazy, don't follow through, that's on you. All right, see, it varies because what you put into it. If you do it my way, you get to win. Your way, I don't like it, I'm sorry to say. I think it's kind of sucks. But again, what do we do? When Ken Yarborough and I wrote a book in 1987, I didn't like the book. You see, we wrote called New Credit File. He called it file segregation, I didn't like it. So every one of my books back then, you'd see me. I hold the kick for the highest kick on planet Earth. That's 13 feet, by the way. 2 feet, I'm kicking out the lights. 21 cars in the car collection, mansions and yachts. See, I'm the real deal. I don't have any time to give you BS besides the truth. If you don't want the truth, then I'll just tell people like I say all the time, then go away. It's simple. I like to repackage people. But that's why I've helped 50 million people understand division process. All right, if you wanted to play for real, come Monday, I have an all-day event. Take a picture of this. I'm going to basically, well, how much does it cost? Well, get to know me first. All right, we haven't even went to dinner. Come on. Here's my thing. I don't want to help people unless they get to know me. Is that okay? I don't help people unless they get to know me, and that's how it works. So I do this live every morning at 3:15 in the morning, ready to play. I'll be live this afternoon too, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to demonstrate a blueprint of success. Blueprint. And what happens is very simple. A blueprint of success. Okay? If you want me to repackage you, I will. If I got to help you get some courtesy checks to reduce your debt or increase your limits, we can do that too. If I add you to my dashboard, I'm a dashboard, what does that mean? I'm going to affiliate 119 creditors. I think most of them suck. Sorry. I only like about 10 of them. I can basically raise your score if you want me to. I'll show you how to do it yourself. You do it all. I'll teach you how. If I do it for you, I'll be one of your CFOs. You'll probably elect me as your attorney, in fact. Give me power of attorney. Talk to your bank. If you want me to do all the work, I do all the work too. Our paralegals can rebuild you, but they do that for free, and they do analyzation for free, as long as you're in basically what's called a rapid rescore. I would tell you to call 888. No, that's not the other number. Okay. 800-254-9506. I was going to repeat the number that basically people wanted to opt out, but only one of you asked for it, and I gave it to you, so the rest of you didn't want it. So forget it. Stay stuck. Get all that junk mail every day. Go ahead. See, you should have paid attention. We could play the game to win if we want to win, but it's up to you again and again. So what do we get to do? We get to play and have some fun. All right, so today, reality is we're going to teach you rules and tools. So tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen, please, please, please. I got 35,000 followers in 12 weeks. How am I doing so far? When I add my 50 million people I've done analyzations for and two-turn division process, then I want to get up to 50 million people showing up on my TikTok. I want to be one of the top ones. Is that okay? I decided to stick around because I don't like Brian's and liars and all this circus clown crap. I want you to know the truth. By the way, it'll set you free. Is that okay if we play the game? Now, I got to get the office ready. So you can follow me if you want, or you can basically just have a great day and God be with you all day. That's all we get to do and pray. Okay. So I have a routine I do every day. If you want to tour the office, let's understand. Now, in 2009, it was very simple. Okay, in 2009, I have 1,200 employees. In Irvine, my building is 22,000 feet, tied into my location in Utah. Okay. By the way, I was the coach behind Carlton Sheets, Dave Delgado, and Russ Dalby. A lot of the coaches teaching the coach's coach. How's that? And what do we do? In Arizona and also Texas. So we get to play the game to win. So we're going to go through the office a little bit. They're rearranging the next building here. This is our media and everything else that we do. All right, so let's go in here. Got to watch where I step because I don't know what's going to happen. So they rearranged this yesterday. Okay, I'm having some fun. I guess they have new ideas. Now, I am the largest registered agent in the world, which means I sold 10 types of corporations than anybody on this planet. So understand, I've incorporated a couple of presidents of the United States of America. You heard of that before, right? I incorporated Lakers, Clippers, and Dodgers, and Angels too. Wow. So today, at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to take this whiteboard behind me, and I'm going to demonstrate what's called a blueprint. I'm going to demonstrate that how you can have your cards in your personal wallet, put it damn sticky, because then you don't fluctuate and screw it up anymore, because they all fluctuate, but these two do not. American Express offers you 99 more cards. I only want you to have 9. Is that okay? All right, we have millions and millions on the dashboard we can play with to help people if you want me to help you. By the way, I can add you to one of my cards to help you build your history, but it's a live card. I don't believe in trade line crap, because that's a fraud, but that's how it works every day. So we get to play the game, we get to win if you want to. So again, the book that's free for the kids, it's very simple, it's starting out right, and that's this book here. It's free, all right, winning the game of business and credit, all right, what do we do? My first series of winning the credit game, I made it red. And then from there, since I'm a chess captain, at 13, nobody would play with me, I became a chess master. Very simple, I made it a chess game. Simple. I like to play, but I like to tell you the truth, rules, and tools. So today, what we're going to talk about is repackaging you. Now, number 8, I was born on the 8th, by the way, my race cars, my race boats, and motorcycles. I created my first $1 billion structure at 21, people. Why didn't you? 21, 2.6 billion, 26. It's not my money. I'm not rich. I'm not dumb enough to say I'm rich. Okay? I might control millions and billions, but it's not my money. I'm a puppet master. I set up the Puppet Master Club 40 years ago for my clients, and that's what it is. Rich and famous and normal people. So we play the game to win, just fixing the door here. So what do we do? Today, you have the ability to listen and learn. Today, the things we talk about today, and also today at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Now let's check the air. I think Brandy's still out. She's going to be out sick today, I think so. She texted me last night, she had a little fever. You know, I have braces on my knees right now. I had basically shots, so to have surgery. But I'm still fighting through the pain. Well, that's me. I'll work if I'm throwing up or not, okay? But that's just me, just the way I've always been my whole life. So we play the game, we play to win. So again, this is Santos, he's our VP. And he's got almost 40 years in real estate. He lines up our escrows for our clients. Buying a franchise, buying a Wendy's, buying a Jack in the Box, a storage unit, a laundromat. And we got to turn on the lights. So let there be light, RR, that means Ray Reynolds, by the way. Now let's go to the call center. In the call center, in the back of the wall, it says, make a friend, make a buck. Every call center I've ever had, I want people to get to know somebody first. How much does it cost? Who cares? See, the problem with you, you've been ripped off by friends and family. You've been listening to a bunch of circus clowns out there like Ryan and all these other people. I don't like clowns. I don't like the way Grant will buy a house in his houses. So I don't like Kevin, who just came out of prison, says he sees behind walls. Oh, and Gary V, and it's FFFF. He doesn't teach anything, but he tells you about social media. He's not giving you structure, not giving you finance. These kids are going to basically, 3 years from now, going to be broke and have an IRS problem because no one gave them structure, rules, and tools. That's just an opinion, by the way. So what do? Why don't we make a friend first and make a buck? You know sales is going to sell you something. That's how it works. But guess what? If you buy anything from me or any course or any book or blah, 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 or even free downloads, I'm going to read it to you. Don't you understand? I don't want you to get anything from Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit, who built $60 billion over the years, unless I hold your hand. Hold your hand personally, okay? So that's why I'm always online 6 days a week. Here's the break room. When you hire 100 employees, I'm sorry, 20% are great. 80% they suck. They're just terrible people. They don't give a damn. They're there to milk the job, 80%. It took us a year and a half to get to the 20% after pandemic and all the crazy stuff. So again, they need a new can. That's okay. Maybe it'll start. This is the ladies' restroom. I light their candles in the morning. Isn't that fun? I have weird things and routines that I like to do, but it's just me. But I'm always going to be me. I'm going to be true to myself. But you have a choice today. choice easy. We have the vending machine for the employees, of course. If I can get them to get the goodies here, and my son actually runs that business. Okay? My son has had his own company since he was 5. He's a distributor for Legos. Now he's an IT genius as well. Okay? He's only 12, but he's the vice president of the company. Okay? He makes over $1,000 a week, part-time while he goes to school. He skipped grades as well. My 5 other daughters, they did the same thing. I got 5 girls and a boy, and they're all geniuses. Thank God for that. I've been blessed, but that's the way it is. So it's always God, family, money. My wife and I became one years ago. When we got married, we were one. That's how it works. So today, you have the ability, if you want to play with Ray Reynolds, the Godfather of Credit, understanding the real rules, tools, and the truth. I'll tell you the truth. I'll help you. I'll answer your questions, and I'll line you up correctly. And the difference is, in the beginning, I don't want anything from you. I want you to listen and learn, and I want to correct the circus clowns out there. I want to challenge them all. I want them out of business, okay? Nobody should teach you how to receive money unless you have a foundation. And no one said, Wyoming, that's a joke, all right? I'm the largest registered agent in the world. I sold 10 times Nevada corporations on planet Earth. But that's only when you get to $3 to $5 million. Incorporate your own state. In the link tree, you get the corporation for free. If you want today, you pay your fee to the state. The book for the kids. We're winning the credit game. It's free, free, free if you tap the live and you share the live with me, with everybody. 30,000, 35,000 followers in the first 12 weeks. How am I doing so far? Wait till I tap into my 50 million people in my database. I had to make a decision if I'm going to be on TikTok or not. You don't put them on there and you're not going to stay there. I had to find if I like it yet. I like about 90%. The ding-dongs that think they know things, I have to correct them and correct them. Eventually they go, hey, you're right. It's just simple. So today, pray, pray, pray. That's what I do all the time. The bottom line is we all go through hell. We go through crap, okay? It sucks. But if we fight through the pain, we can get there. We can get there. Being stuck in a job sucks. Sorry to say, but it's true. Because you're not in control of your life's controlling you. If you like your job, keep your job. Corporation division process, that's what I tell you to do. Now let's build it. Let's take the time. Let's take 3 to 6 months right now, and let's get you to at least $100,000 a month. Is that okay? Auto income. Then you can decide what you really want to do, because now you're controlling life versus life controlling you. But again, all I can tell you today is tap the screen, get the live, and basically what you want to do, get the free goodies. And what had happened today, you're stuck with me at 3 o'clock today, Pacific Standard Time. Call a specialist about an hour or so, 800-254-9506. That's 800-254-9506. Look at your time zone. It is 5:12 in the morning, okay? Simple. What do we get to do? We get to play. I'd like to see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, but I tell you to have a tablet, a pen, and a bunch of stickies, and put your personal credit in front of you. That's what I'd like to teach you to do. So we're going to play. Let's do our best. Let God do the rest. Amen to that too. Please never forget at the end of the day, it's very simple. God loves us all.